Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to another tag video, and this one is the top 10 horror subgenre tag. Now, I don't think I've really been tagged, but yeah, I'm doing this now. I'm doing my own tag video, so here we go. There's 10 subgenres and only one answer for each of them. This one was a lot easier than the previous tag that I did, where it was movie genres, so let's begin. So, first one. Found footage. For me, that's the Blair Witch Project because, like many people have said, it was a believable film and the marketing was just great. And when I first saw it, I genuinely believed that this was an actual film. My 11-year-old self was petrified of it. But looking at it now, yeah, it's a stage film, it's fake and everything. But hey, if a horror movie can do that, that's good marketing in that there. The next one is Zombies, and that for me is the classic George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead, the original from 1968. It gave us the modern zombie, and to this day we still use that trend of zombie. I mean, there's some zombies that are like aware and can talk and everything and eat brains or what have you, but to have this trope of zombie still going strong today in films, in pop culture, and even like The Walking Dead as such, is just, George A. Romero, the father of the modern zombie. Next one is Paranormal, and for me that is Paranormal Activity. Now, when I saw this back in 2009 when it was released theatrically, I thought not much happened, but the slow burn just works for me, and just seeing all that, movements whilst they slept, and the ending. I mean, it wasn't the ending that they originally went with. They redid the whole ending to that, but even then, it made me jump. And at the end, that final scene when he gets thrown into the camera in the cinemas, everyone jumped out of their seats screaming. I mean, I didn't. I just sat there and laughed. But then just seeing that sinister grin, kind of did send a chill down my spine. And in late years, I've seen the original alternate ending, and I think the reason why they did that, changed the ending, is because they wanted to make a franchise and money. But yeah, the first Paranormal Activity, yeah. Okay, next one is torture porn, and I was going to go with Hostel on this, but I'm giving it to the first film, the first Saw, because it introduced us to, James Wan and Lee Winnell, and that big twist ending. When I first saw that, I was like, what? He was there the whole time? And I saw this 2 years after it came out, and I managed to watch it without getting the ending spoiled for me, and I'm so glad I didn't get that ending spoiled, because it's just a good ending, a real good ending. And it started a whole franchise that went throughout the whole 2000s. I mean, yeah, in the 2010s, it started to die down. We got like 2 installments, the final chapter and Jigsaw. We have another one coming though, Spiral. I mean, that's like from the book of Saw and that, so I'm interested to see that one. But yeah, I'm putting Saw here. I almost said the Human Centipede 2 as well, but no, Saw is truly entertaining. The Human Centipede is too, but that's also like shock value. But yeah, my answer is Saw on this one. Next one is vampires. Now, this was a tough one. I wanted to pick like Queen of the Damned, Interview with a Vampire, one of the Anne Rice adaptations, but no. I decided to go with the 1992 Bram Stoker's Dracula. Now, Bela Lugosi invented the modern trope for Dracula, but Gary Oldman playing Dracula in the 1992 film, the visuals, the Gothica and stuff, I like that in that, and I've watched that more times than the original Dracula from 1931. Bela Lugosi is still a great Dracula. The 1931 film is still great, but I do like Bram Stoker's Dracula for its detail and stuff, and I love that ballad song, Love Song for a Vampire, from Annie Lennox. The next one is one of my favourites, and that is Werewolves. And I were going to say An American Werewolf in London, but a lot of people seem to be going for that, so I'm going with another one of my favourites that I love just as equally as An American Werewolf. And that is Dog Soldiers. Action, comic, lycanthropy, soldiers versus werewolves. It's just got everything I like in action horror. You know, banter, swearing, werewolves, and guns. And it's just a bitch of a wolf film. And even my dad loves it. And we've watched it many times. In fact, we watched it last week even. Next one is Home Invasion. And I want to go with your next, but I'm going with one that I find more chilling, and that is The Strangers. Now, The Strangers, what makes this one chilling for me is because it's based on a true story, and it is the true horrors that are the scariest, and knowing that this is inspired or based on true events makes it that more effective for me, The Strangers. And after all, it is the, real horrors that are the scariest, and this film, just seeing these masked strangers invading a couple because they're home. That's their reason why they're there, because they're home. And, just seeing them in the earlier part of the film, just lurking in the background, and it's like they're there. I like that scene. I know it's creepy, but I like it. So The Strangers for that one. Next one is science fiction or sci-fi. And a lot of people have gone with Aliens. I'm going to go with the first film, Alien, because it is a haunted house slasher in space. And just like this, the tagline says, space, no one can hear you scream. And just watching that film, I mean, the first time I watched it, when we had that brief glimpse of the xenomorph in the air vents, that actually made me jump first time. But looking at it now, I'm like, yeah, this is a great horror. Just watching that xenomorph creep around, and also the chest burster scene. A lot of the reaction in that scene is genuine because they were told that blood was going to come out, but they had no idea how much. Yeah, great sci-fi horror. I mean, the sequel Aliens is a worthy predecessor, not a predecessor, successor, because that's got good action in it. It's like, James Cameron thought, let's take it up a notch and make it more actiony, which again is good. I do enjoy that. I enjoy Alien as a sci-fi horror, but I enjoy Aliens as a sci-fi action, even though it's got horror in it. But yeah, I'm going with Alien. Next one is foreign. Now, foreign, I do like my fair share of foreign films. I do like Spanish and German horror. I do like the odd, like the odd like French as well. Well, I like one French film, but I also like some South Korean films like the Vengeance trilogy. But I'm gonna do excuse that. That was my sister's dog barking. Anyway, back onto this. I'm gonna go with one that I have. One that I'm gonna go with one that I saw. Back in September for my 31 days for October. That is the 1999 film Audition. Now, I'd not seen this film before, but I heard a lot of good stuff about it, and this starts off sort of like a sort of romantic dramedy where a man is looking for a new wife and he's holding auditions. But then halfway into the film, it takes that 90-degree angle and turns into a torture horror porn, where the girl's got this guy in a bag and she feeds him vomit, and she tortures the main guy with cheese wire and all that crazy stuff. I bizarrely enjoyed this one. So I'm going to go with Audition. Japanese as well. I'm really getting back into Japanese horror as well, back into J horror. Like I said, I do like German and Spanish, but yeah, I'm really getting into the whole J horror again since The Grudge or Ju-On. Next is and of course the last one is slasher. Now, Halloween is a masterpiece. So is others like Scream and Nightmare on Elm Street. But I'm going to go with my favourite installment in the franchise. It's a sequel, probably the only sequel in this tag that I've got featured, and that is Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. It's my favourite one in the franchise so far, and it's been my favourite for some time because my opinions change a lot all the time. But this is the one where they said, you know what, let's have some fun with this one. Let's not take it seriously. Let's make Jason a badass immortal being, undead Jason, make him super strong, and they threw some creative kills there, and they even had a killer soundtrack from Alice Cooper. I just enjoyed this, this one, and I still do now. It's just got great practical and great visuals. It's just a fun one, Jason just becoming badass, and this is probably the only one where they actually fully opened the camp and had kids there, and it was called Camp Evergreen, but it will always be Camp Crystal Lake to Jason, and I think it got renamed that again. Yeah, Friday Part 6, Jason Lives. So now I gotta tag some people, and I'm gonna tag some people that I don't know if they've been tagged or not yet, so I'm gonna go tag them anyway, and that is the Movie Massacre Show, Lisa Loves, Dice Rolling, and I'll tag one more. I'll tag, if you've not been tagged already, I'm going to tag Kweeny Todd for this one. Of course, this was created by Horror Metal as well, this tag, so, he created this tag, and, yeah, so, give credit to him as well where it's needed. So there you go. That has been my, top 10, one from each subgenre in horror. So yeah, if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe if you wish, and to hit the notification bell. All my social media links are linked down below in the description, so be sure to check all that out. I've been Random Ross, and this has been a tag video, so until next time, don't have nightmares.